Hello. And your mic is not working right now. Heh. Here you
There
can
we go.
see.
There I
Yeah,
am.
there we. Oh, you're loud.
Yeah, I am. There we go.
Being able to see OBS, seeing
Yeah,
just the microphone turns and immediately peaks
yeah.
is just.
Just don't worry about it. There you go. Now I'm at a reasonable audio.
Yes.
All right. So, interesting week this week. I think uh, what happened?
Well,
I went to church. That happened.
that and I assembled IKEA furniture.
Ooh.
Yes, and that made me wonder how there are people on this planet that can't do it.
I don't know.
Because on one hand, I sometimes the instructions can be slightly unclear, so you have to look twice. And it might also be because we are engineers that we can easily figure out how to work it because, well, we work with more difficult
No, no,
things.
no. You
So
know, you're
if
looking
you
at this the
pause it,
wrong way. Why are we the only ones with that degree? I think it's fair of IKEA to just expect people to just know how that stuff works.
well, if you want to manufacture IKEA furniture, like you want to assemble it, right? You just
Yeah,
want to build.
yeah,
They give you a manual
I know.
that includes first a couple of warnings about, you know, like don't assemble it yourself, assemble it with somebody. So if you do dumb stuff and you hurt
Bro,
yourself,
so Zhu, you did something you were not even supposed to do.
and my mom was there, so it was fine. We were there with more people actually, so it was just fine enough.
Right, we
But
have people. Jules still lives with his mom.
in this economy, that's great. Imagine, also you still live with your parents, so
I was waiting for that. That's what I was
you
actually getting
you get no say in this.
at.
But the thing is, right?
Well, at least I have
They
some
give
fun
you
with it. I ordered a sword without telling them.
yeah, but like you get you get like a list of well the things that are in the package and the tools you need. It shows you the tools you need. So it's like, do you have them? No, get them. If you have them, congratulations, you can just assemble.
Mm-hmm.
So you start to assemble shit, right?
Yeah.
There are no words. It is just image,
Yeah, I know.
and that's probably because it makes a lot more sense. Also, can the music go slightly bit softer? It's quite loud.
Is it loud?
Yes.
It doesn't look loud if I look at OBS.
Yeah, but it can be it can be a little bit deceiving. Like I
Really?
can hear it quite clearly.
Well, yeah, but you also have my stream open.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we'll see. But with IKEA furniture, there if people exist, which they exist, that just cannot comprehend the concept of it shows after with this screw in that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like how difficult is it? It's just you look at the image, you think that plank looks like that. It has a bunch of pre-drilled holes, so you don't even have to use it. Well, you sometimes have to use a drill, but otherwise, it's just a matter of, oh no, this thing goes in there, and the methods they use to, like, lock a couple of planks in place are incredible. Like if you have a, let's say you have the side of a closet and you have to put the top on there, so you can connect two sides and have sort of this arc.
Mm-hmm.
You first have to screw a couple of like weird screws in there on the long plank, and in the shorter plank, like the top, there are small holes on the side with larger holes on the bottom or on the top. So you then put the short plank through with some wooden dowels put in there. You put them, you connect that to your long plank, like perpendicular, just right on top, 90-degree angle. It's located by 4 pins, 2 wood, 2 one of the screws, so you can't mess it up. Mostly they do it slightly off center, so you can only do it one way. They made it foolproof basically.
So people can always mess something up.
And then you have this weird looking screw type thing, which hooks onto the first screw you screwed into a long plank to lock it in place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit of a weird system when you're looking at like, what are these used for? But then you actually use them, you're like, oh, this is actually brilliant. It makes a lot of sense. It's a secure way and cheap and easy, and it doesn't even require power tools.
Yeah.
And even if you have to drill a hole, they specifically say you need a couple of clamps and some pieces of wood. So what you do is you clamp the wood on top of the part you need to drill. So when you drill through from the other side, it doesn't blow out. And that's smart. It shows that Ikea, which is a company that existed for a while now, have basically perfected manufacturing and instructions.
Yeah.
And I now realize that I spent over 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's
being.
It's been a very long time since I had to do something for my Ikea, so I don't remember.
No, it's just images, so fucking it up seems like a very special thing to do, and not in a good way special.
Not sponsored, by the way.
No, not sponsored. They're not paying us. It's just that as an engineer, I look at those instructions and I'm like, you could not make it easier. Well, you could make it easier by giving the screws and everything numbers, like labeling them, which they don't. But they look different enough so you can differentiate from the types of screws that you get.
Perhaps they can hire Bob the Builder to give a tutorial.
You don't need one, you just need the instructions. That's why I'm so surprised by people that just can't do it. Or that they take an entire day to assemble one cabinet. Which is still quicker than our government, but...
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's not difficult to assemble IKEA furniture. It's fun to do, even. Like, all you do is just... I build furniture. And then... you realize it is done, and you can let it go.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking at my PC now realize that I haven't uploaded my last VOD yet. It was fully ready, I just hadn't pressed the button yet. Smooth, right?
So, anyway, last Sunday, I went to church. So I should probably explain the situation a little bit, because I'm not religious.
No.
I also don't say that he doesn't exist, because I just don't know. But right now I'm not religious. But no, we have a friend who is religious, and he's sometimes here. He's our posted friend right now. I'll probably draw a character for him at some point. But anyway, he so and he was in a church somewhat nearby this weekend, like near me. And I was like, I'll come along. I'm curious how that, what you do on this Sunday. Well, I'm curious how the church works. And let me just tell you that if there's people watching who are atheist, what I'm about to describe to you is not gonna match what you think a church like Sunday looks like. It's very weird. It's very different to what I thought it would be. So it started with I go in there, right, with Joran. And there's loud music, but like pop / rock kind of music. Still with like, you know, it has Christian texts, but just, you know, I did not expect that. On top of that, it was actually loud. Like, it was really loud. And apparently this was actually pretty tame compared to some others.
Jim, have you ever been to a concert?
Yes. Yes, I left. Because it was too loud.
Yeah.
But I did think, hey, why do
earbuds.
people even pay to go to concerts? Because here you can just listen to this for free. Like... But, yeah. No,
Yes.
Yeah, so there's that. And then the guy started speaking. It was not a priest or like a speaker or whatever, like a preacher. Not yet. This was just someone representing this church. And he basically started an ad campaign, kinda.
Advertisements.
Yeah, like for the church, right? Because he was like, oh yeah, you know, we do this, and we do this, then we have this workshop, and we have this workshop, and all that. So
makes sense.
Yeah. And then he was like, if some people, well, then there was some more like pop music, and then he was like, if some people had like a prophecy, whatever, like they had like a vision, and they want to talk about it, they can come do that now. And so two people came forward and they talked about their little experience, or it wasn't even a vision. He asked for like visions, and they didn't come with the visions, but it was kind of nice to hear what they said. And then the actual preacher came up. Now, this was the part that surprised me the most, other than the music. Because it was a man. Apparently he had like a podcast. Apparently he's quite like somewhat famous in the Dutch Christian like bubbles, I guess. Like in the he's pretty famous in that with his podcast. And he came to preach. And it was funny. It was genuinely like, and it was supposed to be, right? It was not just me going, "Oh, haha, that sounds stupid." No, it was genuinely just funny. He just made jokes.
Nice.
Which, I liked. It made it understandable for me, I guess. Yeah, it was overall, as an atheist, it's a very weird actually, technically I'm agnostic, I guess. But whatever. It's a very strange experience. As an autistic person, it was pretty draining because it was more crowded than I expected it to be. But, there was something kind of nice about seeing all these people sort of unified, I suppose. So, yeah. Also, I got some mint out of it, so yeah, they were like they near the beginning, the guy was like, hey, if there's any new people, like raise your hand, and then I wasn't sure if I should raise my hand because I wasn't there to like find God or something, right? So like I was literally just there, just curious about how it works. And then Joran raised his hand for me.
You had no choice.
And so there were like a couple of other new people apparently, and we got like handed little booklets that they just kind of talk about what they do in that building, right? Like there's some other stuff that goes on in there. And some mints. So I guess I did I was about to say get a net positive. I technically didn't because I had to drive there, and so, gas. But, uh, oh, he's not here. Why is he not here? Whatever, I'll just continue anyway. Oh, he's back
Yes.
already.
Yeah, I'm back already. Wasn't really that.
So yeah, so I got the mid but afterward, right? Some of the people, like the first speaker guy, I don't know his rank. Okay, I don't really know how the church. Again, he's not like a priest. He just kind of represents this church. Uh, he came to me because he was like, "Oh, you're new," and I was just like, "Yeah, I was just curious what it would be like." And he was like, "Oh, well, that's good. If you're interested, you could come back next Sunday. We have a workshop for people that are trying to find or re-find Jesus. Like he was very nice about it, and it obviously makes sense for them. But I was just like, that's not really what I came for. Yeah, but he was nice about it. No one was really trying to necessarily convince me that like, oh, God is real or something, which is nice. Just that you have your own opinion, I guess. Uh, some people were like, what did you feel? I wasn't sure how to answer that because most of it just felt. I felt out of place, But yeah.
I guess that could be your feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what they meant.
No, but I can kind of see where they could be. It could possibly become where you possibly could be coming from.
Yeah.
If you have. Because if you're just there for the first time and they immediately start approaching you,
Yeah.
then that could be seen by some people as like almost hostile. Just
No, it wasn't.
no, but like some people can see it as that.
Oh
Like
no,
some people can
they more meant what did I feel like, in like during the what do you call it? The whatever, during the church, like during the actual thing.
Yeah, but for some people, I guess it can be quite a. Of course, it can depend on which church. I guess, some could be more trying to, more forceful in trying to get new people than others.
Yeah, so when I told my father, right, like, hey, I'm going to that church tomorrow, he was
Yeah.
like, he was very surprised.
Probably because he knows you, and he knows that it's
and
totally not you at
no,
all.
no, not for that reason. More like in a sort of defensive kind of way, I would guess. Which like he made me start like warning, like, yeah, don't let them, like, what do you call it, indoctrinate you or whatever. And it does make sense because my parents don't really have like good. They where I was born, right? Because I wasn't born in this house. I was born in a village, I think about 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers from here.
Yeah.
And they are very, very Christian, but they're Protestant, right?
Yeah.
And they
Which for us.
in that village, they are very judgmental to anyone, not only who isn't Christian, not only who isn't Protestant, but who goes to a different church. Like, even if you are Protestant, if you go to like a different church building, that's already a problem to them. I just, which doesn't make any sense. You do the same religion. What are you, what? But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So my parents don't necessarily have like super good experiences with that, right? And my mother's reaction was actually the complete opposite, where she was just for some reason impressed that I went. Which you might not think, oh, but you're autistic. You just said you don't like crowds. Yes, but I didn't expect there to be a crowd. I expected like 20 people maybe. But there were like more than 50. So, you know. But yeah,
that's
it was kind of fun. I don't know if I'd do it again, like maybe. I don't know. It was kind of fun, I guess. I guess if we sleep at Yoran at some point and we are there on a Sunday, maybe I'll go with them. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, I'm not religious either.
Yeah, but Jules, mint.
You can, you can buy it. You can pretty much buy this in bulk,
Yeah, but maybe these are sacred.
like holy mints.
Yes. Oh, actually, another thing that I do want to mention, because those were my parents' reactions, but my brother, my little brother, also had it was the funniest reaction. So he was like, you know, when I came back, or yes, no, on Sunday. It wasn't Sunday. It was Sunday evening. He was like, why do people go to church on Sunday? So I said, well, what day would you go to church then? And he was like, well, on a Tuesday or something. And so I was like, why? And he was like, well, on Sunday, you just got weekend, you finally have a day off, and then you go to church. So why would you not just do that on the day where you already work? Like just take the day off on Sunday. And I was like, well, because God rested on the seventh day. And then he said, but why would you pray to God if on the day he's asleep?
That does actually. He does have a point, honestly. I mean, try and call me when I'm asleep, right?
Well, here's the thing, the literal word used in Genesis, it doesn't imply that he's tired. It's more like a rest of like, oh, it's done.
Yeah, but usually you usually have a rest when you're tired.
Yes, but it doesn't imply anything. But anyway, I just thought it was such a funny reaction. Anyway, that was our stuff, I think. I guess I could talk about how I ordered a katana. I got a katana.
I guess I could also talk about how I finally got wireless earbuds again, because it all started at the end of my internship when I lost the case. Which is a weird. You'd think you only lose like an earpiece, but no, I just lost the case while wearing the earpieces. So that was kind of a shit moment, because you have no way to recharge them. So I started looking for new ones. Eventually, got one on an auction site. Multiple actually, but I only bought one of them. And what then happened was I won 200 € earbuds for 65, which is a deal.
Yes.
However, they arrived and the right earpiece didn't work. And I was annoyed, so I messaged them back like, hey, my thing isn't working. And they basically said, well, just send it back and we'll give you the money back.
Oh, that's
Which
nice.
is quite a good return policy. Just send it back if it doesn't work, and we'll give you your money back. Like, there's an actual guarantee on that. Because this was one of those auctions where they send it to you instead of you picking it up from their thing.
Yeah.
Which I've also done before. So I just thought, well, I'm just gonna purchase the ones I had before, which are the Skull Candy Rail. Not sponsored, just they're good earbuds for the price. like 50 euros. They sound good. App is nice. Just overall decent things. So after like months, that has finally been solved.
Wait, sure. We should
Yes.
we should add another tile or poster or something in our background that just says not sponsored
I guess.
so that we don't have to keep clarifying.
Yeah, the clarification is funny, honestly.
We could make it not sponsored and in between brackets. Yet.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I mean, I guess I should start approaching companies for
Yeah,
my
you.
own
Yeah, yeah.
content to get
You really should, huh?
yeah. So I can get my thing again, or or drink sponsorship, so I can do my drinking stream because I'm gonna be moving this weekend, or at least when this episode airs, I'm gonna be in the middle of we're gonna be in the middle of transporting everything. So
What?
yeah,
Once I ever
moving.
get around to writing, like fully publishing a book or a comic, whatever, I can start advertising it here, and then we can say we're sponsored by me.
I guess.
Actually, does it count as a sponsor? Because I wouldn't be paid to do that. Actually.
Well, you can take a sponsorship and not get paid for it. I'm not sure if you're familiar with.
Well, yeah, but that's fucked up.
Yeah, Stream Elements is not a good. I'm just gonna name them by name because I want to be open about the things I talk about. Not like a company I'm not gonna name. But the thing is, like, multiple times I've accepted a Stream Elements sponsor because as a streamer, small content creator, it's very easy to get those sponsorships. The problem is you basically get a link and people have to click the link or use the code for things to work.
Yes.
And if they use your code and do certain things, then you get paid for that.
Yes.
And you have like they have 30 days to do that.
Yes.
But as a as a small content creator, it's useless
Yeah.
because you're not getting enough viewers and things like that in order to, get traction and get actual people to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
So that means that you earn nothing. Zero. And that can honestly be kind of frustrating.
He's doing it just for the money.
No, but it's a nice additive. Like that's the truth. Like I'd love to make content, but eventually if money isn't made, right? If you don't make money off of it, then eventually it's gonna drag it down. And it's gonna then it's gonna have to take then the content creation has to take a back seat instead of being your main thing, and that causes the quality to go down because there's simply not enough time and money for it, and that's sad to see because of course you want to see your favorite content creator just you want to see him keep going and keep making the content you love, and that's fun and good unless it kind of messes up. Like we've talked about this before, how algorithms these days are more aimed towards profit and advertisers instead of, you know, actually recommending content people like. Like for example, if I were to go to YouTube right now and just see, like, yeah, it's basically what I watch, but it's also a bunch of things like of course, like new things I've never watched that I will never watch,
Yeah.
and it is more. I feel like YouTube's and other content creation platforms have gone downhill with basically the search for money. Because apparently like multiple billions in profit isn't enough. You need more. You need more billions. Otherwise, what are you doing it for? Otherwise, what are you making the things for? What do you do if you're not doing it for the money? You know, these days everything is about money,
True.
but not this, because this is not paid.
Yet.
We're not getting paid for this,
No.
and we probably never will because
What if
our
we-
content creation is just
What,
low
what if we start a
quality.
Patreon with our like 5 subscribers? Or 8? I think we
No,
have 8 subscribers.
I can check right now. I have the
Yeah,
tab.
yeah,
I always have the tab open.
Yeah.
We have a total of at this moment in time, on July 15th, 8.
Yeah, yeah. What if we make a Patreon for the Actually, 2 of them is us. So make it
Yes,
so
this
make it
is
6.
Yeah, that's because, well, it's a pretty saturated market already, and we're just. I mean, it's called the Bushblade Ramblings for a
Well,
reason.
well, we also don't have a thumbnail still.
That and
Which
it's
I
pretty
which
much.
I know that is my fault. I'm just saying.
Well, I could also start drawing, but honestly, I don't have my tablet right now because that's in a box, and my drawings would be bad.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can always try it just as a temporary thumbnail.
What? I have to draw with a mouse.
If
No,
you
I
make
will not.
something, I'll stick it on. I'll stick it on for this episode.
I think I can. I think even I can stick it on if you put it in.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right.
I can edit it as well. I can edit
Yeah,
the stuff.
yeah, you're right.
Right. Well, guess I'm opening. No.
Why don't you just get your tablet?
Because it's in a box and I don't know which box it is in anymore, and we started transferring the boxes downstairs already,
Oh.
because we're gonna transport things when this episode airs.
Oh, right.
So I guess for next week, it's a thing.
Well, you could try with
That
the
I could
mouse.
do.
You could try with the mouse.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm just.
I could be drawing the thumbnail right now. I'm just drawing Jesus instead.
No.
When I say I'm drawing Jesus, I'm not actually gonna like draw him. I'm just gonna leave him as a silhouette. So I think that's more appropriate. But you know.
But the thing with moving as well, right?
Yeah.
That as somebody who was moving for the first time in his life, although I did move when I was like half a year old, but
Yes.
you could look remembering anything from back then, and you're not doing anything because you're a baby. So good luck.
Wait, you didn't help your parents? Dude, what kind of son are you?
I was half a year old.
Exactly.
I couldn't even talk. All I could do was scream.
You do not
Cry.
have to talk. You can
And
just
shit.
take one of these things and just crawl
Sure, as
over to the
as
car.
half year old, I would move an entire box.
Yes. If it's small, look. Actually, it's better because as a kid, if it's small, you just put it in your mouth. You could take 3 things.
You can always put things in your mouth.
Oh yeah, but it's as a baby, no one will ask questions about it.
That is true.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to explain that you're doing it for efficiency.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, when I had to transport some stuff, like, and it was like some things you put underneath your pan at the table so the pans, don't get on the tablecloth.
Yeah.
I would just put them on top of my head, so I can carry things in both my hands and on my head.
See,
It's a
that's
smart
the
move.
efficiency we're talking about.
Exactly. But apparently, that's
Wait,
yeah,
you mean like those like African people that carry like water on their head?
that's efficient.
Is it? Because
Does
they
carry
don't
things
have
in your
anything in their
hands.
hands. They usually just have the thing on their head.
Yeah, well, that if it's just only on top of your head,
Actually, why do people do that? Because they have like a, I know they have like a sort of hat to like do that. They're not a hat, but like a, I don't know what they call it, but they put something on their head to keep it a bit more stable, and then they put like the jar on their head. Like why? Why not just carry it?
yeah. If it's like, let's say you only have one thing on your head instead of two things in your hand, one in each hand, then that is less efficient. Only if you do both things in your hand and on your head does it become way more efficient because now you carry three things instead of one or two. And yeah, hmm. It's sometimes weird that we have to explain the stuff. Like sometimes things don't have an explanation. Sometimes it's just
Well, they do need an
because it is.
explanation, Joe, because world building.
Yeah, but sometimes things are because they are. I feel like you should be able to say no to things because you don't feel like it. That should be more social acceptable.
I'm sure
Just
there's a practical reason for them to put it on their head.
yeah, I guess. But like, if you, like, some people just will not accept it if you say why aren't you doing just this because you don't feel like it, because they will get something like just do it, it's easy. But if you don't feel like it, don't do it because, well, yeah, of course, dependent on the thing. It also depends on how you feel at that moment in time and everything. Like you can't force stuff. Some a lot of the times. Sometimes you just gotta take your time and keep everything going at a steady pace and not force everything because forcing results in problems and complications. You know, as someone who has been in a hospital more times than preferable, like you're often being told don't force it because then you'll break stuff and or things that are trying to heal will go wrong again and that will take more time and will be more suffering. So as a recommendation from me, try and not force everything. Recommendation from a person that has been in a hospital: don't go to a hospital, or at least try not to get into a hospital. Not that they do bad things, it's often because you did something. And that's also speaking from experience. I have
No,
fallen off
no,
my bike and
no,
broken my
nah,
wrist
nah.
multiple
We're just
times.
gonna blame the hospital.
For not,
They just want to make money.
well, in the US they do.
No, here as well.
Well, at least here
They,
insurance deals with it.
they're here. They work secretly with the with the aliens to make money because when you trip, you have to go to the hospital.
If you trip, you have to go. Well, I would blame gravity,
Exactly. And who
personally.
made the gravity? The aliens.
Who made gravity? The big ball we're on.
Yeah, but who made that? The aliens. Or God.
That
But
I
maybe,
was about to say,
but maybe God is an alien. Maybe H.P. Lovecraft was right.
that is just that is the most conspiracy theory thing ever. Like
Yes.
you would say that in front of a massive like cork board with red lines on it, where they will connect the pins connected to like like those Polaroid pictures
Hold on,
things, which most of them are blurry. It's just
hold on.
like that's the first thing that that pops into my mind after you said that. Like, you've researched it for multiple weeks now.
They have
It's
Cthulhu. They
basically
have
more,
Cthulhu, and they have they have the hospital. So that's like the snake.
I guess. Are you seriously gonna try and make a make a connection between H.P. Lovecraft, God, and aliens?
That this is exactly what the hospital looks like. Shut up. You have that, and then you have like what do you take to God? I guess like just there.
Well, how do you connect those? How would you even try to connect them? I mean, hospitals make money and they have to because they have to pay their staff. You don't want you don't want to rely on volunteers at a hospital. That's not recommended. If you have to rely on a bunch of people that basically have no idea what they're doing,
There you
or
go.
doing it, yeah, like that.
Oh wait.
What are you gonna add now? For those who are listening without video, there, on the screen there's a just image drawn with those red lines connecting things that are probably not even related to each other. It's like FNAF Five Nights at Freddy's lore, People are looking at things that aren't relevant to the thing they're looking for, but because they think they see a connection, there immediately is a connection.
There, the gray alien,
There we go.
There.
Sure.
There, it's overlapping Cthulhu like one of those real ones.
Yeah, because you have so many images on there that it doesn't even fit properly anymore.
There.
Because you spend so much of your you spend all the money on the boards instead of on the on the string and the pins and everything. You don't have enough money left for the board to put it on.
Oh my
That.
god.
That's
Yep. It's beautiful.
yeah.
I guess to be fair.
But I feel like in the United States there are some things that that
Wait, I'm stupid.
seems like a hospital that wants to scam you. But from what I know from within the Netherlands, it's basically like the reason you pay a bunch of money is because, well, well, you don't have to pay a lot of money because insurance covers most of it. Like that's one thing already. We actually have insurance. But hospitals are expensive because the machines they use are really expensive.
There.
Because they're complicated. And you also have to pay the staff a large amount of money, and hospitals are generally pretty full of people. Especially as people get older. Your body starts to suffer more from like age. Because guess what? You age.
No, Jules, stop. Stop spreading lies.
Well, I cannot stop you from aging. That's a fact.
Watch me.
Like what? You're gonna reverse your aging. You're gonna go back to a baby.
Yeah.
You're gonna you're gonna go back to really complaining about things
Yeah.
that are totally not at all within your power, or you're gonna do something stupid like throw your own food on the ground and start crying that your food is on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take another holy mint, because I'm a child and I can't control myself and there's candy in my room.
Oh, you're not the only one, trust me.
I know.
That like I may or may not. If you put a bag of candy in my room, it's maybe gonna last 2 days, but it's most likely gonna only last a day. Like it's that's something that I might need to work on.
Honestly, same.
Like a little bit of timing, like moderating myself to make sure that I don't overeat on candy. So then I can focus on eating more actually either healthy food or food that is a little bit more complicated to manufacture. Oh, that I
Some
mean cooking.
some candy is hard to manufacture, I'm sure.
Yeah. Also, you missed something that last night
What?
because after you've left, we had an entire discussion over how do you boil an egg.
You put it in a pan. Right? No. Okay. Well, first you like whatever you cook water, like you boil water,
Boil the water good
and then you put in the egg,
in the boiling water
and
in
then
the pan.
you wait like 4 to 6 minutes.
No,
Yes,
no, 7.
whatever.
Or are you one of those people that likes a soft boiled egg?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
Ugh.
I do when I spoon my egg, but
You're gonna lay in your bed and lay the egg in front of you?
what?
Or if you're gonna
No,
spoon your egg, are you gonna be the big spoon or the small spoon?
no. But and then what you do when it's done, you throw out the hot water and then you fill it with cold water.
Yes,
And
because
then you
that
throw
releases a
out the
little
cold
film.
water and then maybe you do it again. And
Yeah.
then you actually peel off the skin.
Well, the shell.
The shell. You skin the egg.
Yes. But yeah, we had an entire discussion and we found a Reddit thread
But wait,
which
but why did you have a
basically asks the
discussion
same
about that?
question.
But why? Did Yoda
I
not
don't
know
know.
how? Did Yoda not know how to boil an egg?
No, he does.
Okay.
We actually agreed on that part where it was, yeah, you put it in for 7 minutes because apparently there's an entire discussion on the internet about if you put the egg first or the water first.
What?
Yes, some people put the egg first, then cold water,
Oh my! Won't it? Wait.
and then let it
But
boil
won't it then
for.
start like cooking before the water is fully boiling, and so it would cook like uneven?
Not sure. But like we found a Reddit thread that entire discussion, and a lot of people did it the same way. You get a kettle, you fill the kettle with water, turn the kettle on. Once it's full, pour it into a pan, put the eggs in the pan, wait 7 minutes. Almost the entirety of the internet can agree that hard boiled is better than soft boiled. So suck it.
Okay, but what is your
And
opinion on poached egg, though?
not familiar with it.
Oh, well, I've tried to make it before,
Like,
but mine just
oh,
came out very watery.
it's basically just the inside. No,
What?
like that's the thing. It's most likely the yolk that people don't like.
What? Why?
Well, if you have the yolk that's all runny and gooey and everything, like that's for
Yeah,
some people the problem.
I know.
because it's
But
just
when you so okay, when I put egg on like my bread, then I would rather have that. But if I want to eat my boiled egg from like using a spoon where you just only take off the top of the shell and you just start spooning it out, I want it
yeah.
soft boiled.
Yeah,
Or
of
like
course, I just
half,
want to.
not completely soft, but like half, right? Where it's like just barely not fluid.
Yeah, like that's fine. Like
If it's still a
that's
little
acceptable.
fluid, like that's okay. I don't necessarily want it fully fluid.
You also have the discussion with fried egg. Like, do you keep the yolk in one piece
No. No.
and
Okay.
have it completely run over
Okay.
your bread and over
I
your hand
I
or
will
your
teach
cutlery?
you exactly how to make good fried egg.
Oh, I made one this morning, and the way I
Okay.
did it was after discussion as well. You put an egg in, you crack an egg, put it in the pan, a lubricated pan, because of course, careful with the heat because too hot, and it sticks. Then you put a slice of cheese on top, and spices as one likes. And like I got this from Jordan last night. You put another egg on top of that to hopefully encapsulate the cheese, so you get runny cheese. And that's pretty good. But you do need to put spices on there, either salt, pepper, or other spices like garlic powder.
I don't agree. I usually
Because
eat
you know you
egg
get
without spices. But
bland.
but when I make an egg, right? When I fry an egg,
Yeah.
you get your pancake pan.
Yeah, because it
You
has to go
you put in
flat.
you put in the egg. You well first you heat the pan, then you put oil and shit, and then you put that egg in. Then you break the yolk.
Which could also break while
Like
you're actually
yeah, so that yeah. But
cracking the egg.
if it's not, you wait a little bit for like the white to solidify mostly, and then you break the yolk and you spread it over the egg. Then you get cheese. You put the cheese on the egg in the pan,
Yes.
and then you
Yes.
get
To
a
melt.
lid that fits onto the egg. You put it on the egg, and that's how you finish it off. Because then the cheese like melts very nicely into the egg.
You know, I usually put the cheese like on there immediately, because if you crack the egg, and I also immediately break the yolk, so you have basically one solid thing, and then you put the gas or the power in like low, as little heat as possible, so you have as much time to put the cheese on there and the spice and everything, so it can kind of merge into one. That means your cheese kind of melts into the egg as it solidifies. And then I'd add some Italian herbs, some garlic powder, some paprika powder, which is delicious. And just some pepper. I don't even bother adding salt to it. I just add the powder. Or like just add pepper, and that's basically fried egg. Or some slice of meat. That is also, if you have some ham or something, it's like a slice of ham. You put it on top of the cheese. That's also delicious. But if you do that, you do have to flip it around once to kind of get to like to kind of burn the ham a little bit so the flavor comes out. Because you do need the flavor. If you don't have the flavor, then what are you doing? Flavor is one of the most important things in cooking. If not the most important thing in cooking, because well, what else?
I was about to say, what I guess presentation is kind of important, but like,
Texture could be a thing.
yeah.
Like that's
I
why
mean, I would consider that part of the taste, to be honest.
yeah, that's why if some people say they don't like some foods, I sometimes jump to like, is the food do you just not like the food because you just don't like it, or have you tried as a child and didn't like it?
Yeah, I know.
Because if you say they've tried as a child and after that they didn't try it anymore, then you could ask like, are you willing to try it once more to see if it was either if it was you being a child and just being a very picky eater, which luckily people grow out of, or if it's just your parents not being able to properly cook, all that stuff, or if you actually just don't like the food. Because I've over the last couple of years, like I've was quite a picky eater. Like if it sounded weird or looked weird, I was like no. But these days I'm like, let's just give it a try. Like what's the worst that can happen? So far I haven't had any allergic reactions or anything. Just like, and more often than not, it tastes delicious. Apart from seaweed. I have had that and I was like, no, not again. I will not take it again.
Dude, sushi is fucking delicious.
Yeah, like the sushi part is fine, just the seaweed part of it, my body doesn't agree with. Or really dark chocolate.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I at one point had a Easter egg that was like 80% cacao, and my body was just like not just my mouth, but my stomach didn't agree with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like dark chocolate, the only thing dark chocolate is good for is brownies. Mainly because you're adding a metric fuck ton of sugar to it. Because it's brownies, and 90% of it is sugar anyway. But that's also what makes it delicious.
I mean, sometimes there's drugs in there.
Yeah, but I generally bake my brownies without it because, well, I don't do drugs, so saves up a lot of money not doing drugs. Because you could actually, spend it on other things.
Yeah. So let us know if you, for next episode, want to see us see us high. No.
No,
No.
I will not be doing that.
No, me either. But let us know if you want to see that.
Yeah, so we can make sure that it's not gonna happen.
So that we can call you out next time.
Yes. So we can say, well, you specifically asked for it, so it's definitely not gonna happen now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Just if you have food you don't like, just give it a try, like at some point, because maybe your taste has changed.
Apparently, if you like don't like the taste of something and then you eat it like a lot in like relatively quick succession, your body will sort of get used to it, and then you can like start enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, it's basically exposure therapy, but foods you don't like.
I guess so, yeah.
So yeah, this just just food is good. You have to eat, otherwise you'll die.
I mean, food is
And we don't want that.
That depends on the food.
Well, you have to eat, otherwise your body will.
But yeah, but whether food is good or not,
Yeah,
that depends.
that does indeed depend. I mean, personally, my quality for food is quite low, so as long as it isn't poisonous and it tastes good, I don't care. That's my bar for food.
Surely there's like a Gordon Ramsay establishment in like England or something.
Oh, there is. There is one in the O2 Arena. I
Well,
walked past it multiple times.
you're in Britain quite a bit, so you could try that.
Also, you know what I can do?
Hmm.
Salad. Because yesterday evening I have had for dinner a salad. You still have to make a salad tier list, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
I had a salad which involved chicken, pasta, apple. The apple was actually really good in there. A honey mustard dressing
Oh, I know
and
exactly which one.
croutons.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you had.
The grilled chicken one, yes. It was a good salad.
I don't. I wasn't really a fan of the mustard and apple combination, to be honest.
Huh. I did like the apple. Like the apple was juicy.
Yeah.
It was a juicy apple
Yeah. No, it's just the combination with the mustard.
with the honey mustard dressing.
Yeah.
I mean, I did enjoy the food, but it was basically like we were eating it in a new apartment on the balcony because, well, yeah, we were going to be building IKEA furniture, and the kitchen stuff arrived because kitchen stuff. Because yeah, moving is a lot of work. Like, not only do you have to get all your old shit to the new apartment, to your new place, you also have to get the new place ready for all your stuff. In this case, you needed a new floor, you needed to redo the walls. We still need, I think, need a couple of new light fixtures for on the ceiling. Like it's still a lot of work. And then they had the mishap of doing, like, in my room and my sister's room are next to each other. But that's not a problem until that's what we ran into.
Until your sister gets a boyfriend.
Yeah. So it's not you. So, but
I mean, it could be.
no,
Oh. Why not?
because her boyfriend is right here, is in this house as well.
Well, who says she's not cheating?
Fair enough. But the thing is, like, our rooms are next to each other and they're about the same size, like 8 and 9 square meters, which is not the biggest rooms, but it is still manageable. Like it's large enough. However, I wanted a like a little bit of a lighter blue carpet, considering I'll be putting sound absorbing tiles on it, and I'd rather have more and those are black, so on my floor to be lighter, so it doesn't make my entire room just dark. And my sister, because she has a wall that's going to be painted like purple, wanted just the black carpet she already had. You know, pretty sensible, right? Nothing wrong with it. When it was done and we arrived back at the apartment to, I think, pick some stuff up or do some stuff, we found out that they had switched up the carpets. So we went back to the company, which is very close to us right now, so that's good. And we first looked at it if it was where the fault was. Like, we are not those people that immediately go to the company even though it was our fault. We will first look into where did it go wrong. Like, did we make the mistake or did they make the mistake? Because if it's our mistake, then we're going to approach it with that in mind. We're not monsters. And they looked at it, they realized their mistake, they apologized, we're like, alright, understandable. And then it got solved by them coming in to relay it. So So that shows that you can solve a problem by just being calm about it. Like, you don't have to make a big problem out of it. Just like, a sorry to bother, but we've noticed this is a problem. Can you confirm that we didn't do anything wrong? And then they'll look into it. They realize if it was a mistake from you or a mistake from them. Once they realize it was a mistake on their side, they will probably apologize and then rectify the problem. And if it's on your side, then you'll probably have to pay more to rectify the problem. But you'll know that, but you have learned not to make that mistake again. Sure, that's a bit of a carpet thing, but just like a child's like news thing for like a, I think, is it Dutch exclusive?
What?
Sinterklaas? Is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we have a thing in the Netherlands, and every year there's like for the children like news to follow, and everything always goes wrong right until the end. Right at the end, everything suddenly goes well, and everything is fixed.
Yes.
And we kind of have that same situation, which is funny because everything just went a bit wrong, and everything became very busy and very overwhelming. And right now it's just, oh yeah, it's basically fixed. Like, everything's gonna end well. Things are on track again. Everything's okay. It was just slightly messy. That's a funny thing to figure out. Yeah, we should probably move on to the thing we move on to every week, which is the news.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, let me take a look at the news site. Or at the app. China does get access to NVIDIA chips that they didn't get access to that it previously didn't have access to. Which, yay, I guess. Depends on what side you're on.
I'm on,
And, hold on.
I'm on Switzerland's side.
You mean the side that just takes money from both sides?
The side that's independent.
I guess. But what about the Swiss bank accounts and everything and all that stuff?
Well,
You know, in World War II, Switzerland was, although they were neutral, they were basically just dealing with both parties. Like, they were like, oh yeah, just give us your money. Just, your money is safe with us. And basically saying that to both sides and then making money off of both sides.
I mean, that's genius marketing, to be honest.
They just did the business part. Like, they didn't even, they did the business part of war. But apparently a man demolishes his house because of a, like, smoke alarm.
What? What are you talking about?
Ah. So a man was in a house that was going to be demolished anyway, and apparently, so the neighbors of that house, of a house that was going to be demolished, were suffering from a smoke alarm that was going off. You know, very annoying.
Yeah.
So apparently they were just fed up with it and decided to say, fuck it, I'm just gonna demolish that house. See if that shuts it up.
Okay.
So yeah, that's...
Right. Advice. Don't do that.
So the police eventually were called, right? Because he hopped into an excavator or like a machine that is used for demolishing stuff,
Yeah.
in order to do it, right? He didn't even get arrested. He just got to, because they realized that were just his intentions were, they weren't malicious or anything. He was just done with it. He wanted to sleep. Police were understanding and basically said, "All right, if you just stop." Just and he listened to it.
Oh, that's good.
They listened to like he listened to the police, which smart move, prevents you from getting into trouble. Helps a lot, and stop doing it. Yeah. Oh, he demolished multiple rooms, but it didn't work, and I feel the pain. Because when I was working at a hardware store, we also had one smoke alarm that apparently had the battery in it, and the batteries had gone empty. So between all the smoke alarms, there was just one beeping one. And on one Sunday, I decided, because I was getting annoyed by it as well, I decided, all right, I'm gonna fix that. So I first grabbed the couple, put them on the other side of my ear, like a couple to my left, the rest to my right, and then waited for the beep that happened once every like 30 seconds. And if I heard the beep on my left side, I knew it was just those. If I heard it on my right side, it was still within the rest, so I still had to deal with it. And eventually I found it. But it was really annoying. They didn't even get it. That's annoying. He didn't even get rid of the beeping smoke alarm. But hey, at least the company has to do less work now. It just saved the company a bunch of work.
Oh, but maybe that means they also get paid less.
Yeah, I guess. It depends on what the workers think of it.
Yeah.
They'll probably be laughing their asses off.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's see. Not really any news at all. So wait, yeah, you can say mic. No, why? I see some sad news, and it's sad. Also, I'm apparently gonna go up on my grandma.
I see.
So I cannot hear you right now. So I guess you can take it up, right? I will be back.
Oh, he just left. Okay. Well, he had the news. Like, I'm just drawing, you know? So, what do we do until he's back?
Apparently,
Oh, okay.
I picked up as soon as I picked up, she hung up.
Oh, okay.
But it is some sad news because the world's oldest marathon runner passed after he got hit by a car. It was 114.
Was he still doing marathons?
I'm not sure. Let's see. No, I don't know. Yeah, but the thing is, his age is not really confirmed because he was born in India, and at the time they didn't really do like birth certificates. So he always said that he was born on April 1st, 1911. So his age might not be fully known, but still, like, being old and still running marathons is not nothing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of old people who can't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They passed away, and yeah, here in the Netherlands we have a little thing called, well, I'm not sure how to translate it to English, but it's
Well.
basically 4 days of walking,
Oh
like
yeah.
long distance
Yeah.
walking, and the biggest one of the country has
I mean,
started.
you literally translate just by 4 days. Like,
Yeah,
just 4 days.
yeah, and it's just like, here, have this like 10-kilometer distance, walk it, and people pay for that. I think. Do you have to buy a ticket?
Actually, I don't know. I think for like
Sure.
official participation, yeah, you do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we have the entire floodings in Texas.
Well, that was a while ago.
Yeah, but there's like the most annoying thing
I
for
think
me.
I think we forgot about that last week.
Yeah, I think the most frustrating thing, in my opinion, is how the actual United States handled it.
I'm not sure how they handled it.
Let's say Mexican like firefighters were there quicker.
Uh,
Like I think Mexico did more work than the United States, and also some parts have denied $120 million from then President Biden
okay.
to upgrade their prevention, like their alarm system,
Oh,
to prevent those accidents from happening,
I see.
or at least if they, not to prevent them, but to alert. So you know that when a flood is about to happen, you can warn everybody like very quickly, because in such a scenario, time is of the time is key. If you don't time it properly, like roads will get congested, everything will get stuck, and especially if you're already tight on schedule, everybody's just gonna drown. Like everybody's just gonna end up underwater, and we don't like that. So if you can get an early warning system installed, that's even better. But apparently, no, they denied that. They denied a lot of money for it, and then complained that one town that did accept it had an alarm system that other towns couldn't afford. Like, yeah, of course
Yeah,
you
that
couldn't
checks out.
afford it. Like, yeah, you couldn't afford it because you didn't accept the payment.
Yeah.
If only they'd have said, like, this is just one of those scenarios where it's just, oh no, the consequences of your own actions. Whoever saw this coming? Possibly everyone. Because you did this yourself. But then they will get mad about it.
Yeah.
So yay, governments. Aren't they amazing?
Sometimes.
Depends on the government, of course.
When they decide to actually function properly, yeah.
Yeah, but that requires them functioning properly, which they often don't. It's also a matter of how many political parties there are. Because two, like you have in the United States, to me doesn't seem like enough. It polarizes people a lot.
So there's
With
actually this video regarding America that's literally just like called like the illusion of choice, and
yes,
it's kind of about that.
yeah, the illusion of choice. Here you have either this party which wants this, or you have this other party.
No, it goes further than that. I don't remember exactly the details. I just remember it being really good.
Yeah, but to me, it seems like both parties often want like pretty much the same thing.
And but well, no, this because this is like about like how as a normal citizen, it doesn't actually really matter in America what you vote for, because for the most part, because if there's like weird voting system, right, where like even if someone has majority, that doesn't mean that they win. Because then they
I mean,
also have like some other important people that also need to agree with that or something.
yeah, in the U.S. you have
Um,
the you of course have the president who's like the figurehead of
yeah,
the government. He's the highest one, just like the king here in the Netherlands.
yeah.
And all he does is just sign the things.
No, he doesn't.
Well, our king is just there to basically put
Our
his
king does that. The president of America has a shitload of power.
yeah as well. But you also have I think the Senate or
Yeah,
House of Senate's yet. You have a bunch of people below that also have to be chosen. Which do they even vote for those, or is that to the senators? Like, do they vote for
uh,
those? Do you vote for them, or do
I'm
they?
not completely sure.
Let me look that up. Do you vote for senators? The primary elections gonna. Yeah. Like each state has two senators who are elected to serve 6-year terms. Every 2 years, there's senators up for re-election. So they do have to be elected.
Yeah.
It is not just like yeah. Yeah, so it's just you do vote for them, but
Yeah.
the thing is, the president might be of one party, but then the majority of senators are from another.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that nothing will get done because one blocks the other.
Yeah, I know.
And that will keep happening over and over and over again. And after 4 years, let's say the roles reverse, and yeah, it then continues like that for another 4 years. And some things might happen, but not a lot. And that means and I am still happy that I live in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Because, here things actually tend to make sense.
Wow.
Like, not everything makes sense, but a lot of things make sense. A lot of things that, although don't, I still have one thing that I will never understand, and that is traffic rules. The traffic rule, like, I understand the traffic rule of if you do here we have special moves that you can do in traffic, like backing up or parking. And if you do one of those things, you have to give way to all other traffic.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? If you're going to be backing up, you're going to have to give way to traffic. However, if you're at a T-junction and you have to back up and you go around one of the corners and there's a cyclist that doesn't even cross your path but goes over the intersection, that is still seen as crossing traffic. Even though it doesn't cross your path at all, you can just continue reversing. Because when I had that, my instructor suddenly stepped on the brakes and said that that was crossing traffic. I was just confused. Like, how does it cross? Like, she's going just past me. There's no way our paths can ever cross unless I do a weird maneuver or the cyclist does a special weird thing.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
And that still frustrates me, even though I had my license for over a year now. Only 4 more years, and then I'm officially classified as an experienced driver. Like, then I'll
Yeah.
be even more of a threat on the road, because then I can actually get stuff. Because often, like, if, like, off for rentals, if you actually want to rent a car with, like, a service, you often have to be 21 or even 25. Because they are not going to trust some young kid who just got their driver's license like 2 months ago with a car. There's a recipe for disaster. You'll just get absolute, like, the amount of small or large damages you'll have to pay off will be bad. Those cars will continuously be broken. Not even not even just like bodywork, but also mechanically, because manual gearboxes, yay! Even though in the US they're basically already dead. Here in the Netherlands, and I think in Europe, they are starting to die out. Especially with the influx of hybrid cars and electric cars, they don't need a gearbox, depending on the type of hybrid you have. Or they'll have an automatic. And yes, an automatic is nicer to drive with the entire, thing of a, just like, especially in like traffic jams. You're in a traffic jam, it's stop and go traffic. A manual gearbox is a pain. You'll continuously be riding the clutch. That will wear it out. An automatic, you just step on the brake and let it go, and you automatically start rolling forward. It's incredibly easy to drive an automatic. It's just that the problem is with that I have with automatics is purely the lack of feel. An automatic doesn't feel great. Especially not the one in my grandma's car. That's sometimes just... Or if you have the game BeamNG Drive, you'll also know what I'm talking about. The feeling that the wrong gear is chosen. Like, if you push the throttle fully down, it'll shift down a gear. Specifically for, quick acceleration. But if you then just maintain speed, it will shift down to save fuel. That's great. However, sometimes it can't really choose between the two. And instead when you try to get on the throttle, it just doesn't go. It takes like 2 to 3 seconds for it to fully register your input. It's basically just thinking like, oh, you want to, I need to go. Oh, all right, we'll just start acceleration, and then you get away. And yeah, a Dutch Olympic swimmer got his diploma for swimming. His A diploma.
Wait.
This
Okay.
will require explanation for our non-Dutch viewers because
So he just
what do you mean a
never.
diploma for swimming?
So he just never did that.
I don't know. But here in the Netherlands, if you like as a child, you get swimming lessons, so you know how to swim. And if you do that well, if you do it well, you'll get a diploma for it. That diploma it starts at A, then goes to B and C, and I think even higher. But then it'll become more specific. Like that is for if you are truly just one of those people that really likes swimming, which isn't me at all. So, but for an Olympic swimmer, I guess he just never got it, and only got it at 24. But hey, you can swim now, so.
Yeah.
Also, as a child, you are like swimming pools do have a good. Some pools have a good policy for it. If you don't have your diploma yet, like you don't have your first one yet, you will have to wear those arm things when you enter a pool.
Yeah. Wings.
Yeah, to prevent you from drowning because you haven't learned how to swim yet. Makes a lot of sense. It's really good safety.
Yeah. Um. It's probably time to wrap it up though.
Let me check if there's more news. Oh yeah, Dutch airplane has crashed near a London airport. London South End.
Okay.
Oh, from a Dutch company.
Uh-huh.
There it is. It crashed shortly after takeoff. At the time, let's see. Let's get to the most recent article. Ah, well, let's see. 4 people passed away. But yeah. Like they haven't. Airplanes have recently.
What? Airplanes have recently what? Joe? Joe? Is he here? I think something may have happened. Is he alive? Like. Huh. Hold on.
Apparently, my Discord decided to just suddenly restart.
Ah.
Like, I didn't even do anything. My Discord was like, restart now.
Well, you're back.
Next time, new room. Might sound different, depending on how much my sound absorbing tiles absorb my sound. Make my room sound really good. Like 20 square meters of the stuff. Yeah, the boxes are big. They don't weigh shit because, well, it's foam. Like, big boxes of foam don't weigh anything. But that's for next week. That leaves us with one question. Or one thing to say, basically.
I was about to say, what is the question?
Well, it's not a question, more like a
Yeah.
thing that we need more tiles on the wall.
What do we need?
Yeah,
Okay.
the thing left to say is we're not experts.
But we were here.